All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Andor, Season 2, Episode 4. Dance till you're dead.
See, like, you can laugh about it, but it's the most, like, maddening thing.
Yeah.
Seeing someone who had so much fight in them just slowly start to give up, slowly start to lose it. Like, we are in a bad place right now. We have everything coming down to just the characters being split up, being forced to do things that they don't want to do here. The actual test of whether or not this rebellion is worth sacrificing things for is coming about here. And then there's Saw Gerrera, like, way off in the outer rim, being like, I told you!
But meanwhile, I mean, you know, who cares about that? Because Cyril and Dedra just had a fantastic dinner with Mother.
Yes, that's true. In the land of I don't even know what to call what that thing is. What that abomination of a pairing is.
No, what it is?
Yes, what is it?
Beautiful and fantastic, and it's doomed.
Those are all adjectives. What is it though?
Two people that are not on the bell curve that are, you know, hey, we're both not on the bell curve together. This is an agreeable relationship. Yes.
I think the best part about it was just the clear confrontation with Cyril's mother.
Yeah.
That speaks to me.
Tell off boyfriend's mother at 3, organize a potential genocide at 5. Yes, that's my schedule.
No. You got to move up the genocide.
It's
not going to take that much time to confront the mother.
Can't put off work. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
Right.
You got to be on that grind set. That fascist grind set, you know. Oh my God.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'm really excited that Cassian is now back with Bix. We now have our family reuniting. We can actually start maybe connecting back with Luthen and see what the overall goal is, because this is season 2.
Yep.
We've got somewhere we need the show to end up at. Yep. It is still 4 BBY. So we've also got some years to time skip.
Yeah. So maybe do one at the beginning where it's like, oh, hey, now 3 BBY, and then, you know, we keep doing that. And
yeah, we'll see. But yeah, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
The restraints are nothing to be feared.
Oh.
It's much safer for you to be tethered as we engage.
Oh.
Doesn't take long. It won't feel that way.
All the trauma she's been through in this show. Oh.
You're okay.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Right.
Oh. I never made the connection that it was that guy from season 1 that...
There is a risk of total collapse.
We don't have a large presence on Ghorman.
That bastard smug, like, I'm trying not to smile face. Like,
Ghorman will be yours to run as you wish. You're only answer to Krennic, and he's got no time for anything but results.
And because she's going to be directly involved in this, Cyril's going to see the evil, the pure evil that's about to be unleashed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice decision. Yeah. Yeah, this was a rough ending to an arc.
Yep.
I love still the excitement contrasted from the terror the last time we saw a TIE fighter, like a Soul TIE fighter coming in.
Yeah.
Now it's like a Sinar, you know, prototype being piloted by our best boy.
Okay. Love it. Let's go. Getting closer and closer.
Using the Ferrix gong to count down the time skip or the timeline to Yavin. I'm going to want to watch Rogue One, into A New Hope, into Empire, into Return of the Jedi, like, immediately after this show. Like,
Yep.
oh, yeah, they are back together and everything. Okay.
I know you wanted him to live, but Cassian said he'd seen your faces, so... You tried.
Oh, Bix.
This is after a year.
Everyone has their own rebellion.
It's okay. Yeah. That's what I love about Andor so much. It's such a human story.
Same thing again. Dr. Gorst.
Not larger than life.
Right.
Like, almost at all. At some points it is, but Yeah.
It's down in the dirt.
Here, whatever this place is. It's when I relax.
Sure, because everything in you is saying you can't.
Oh.
All right. So where
Where are we at? Looks like Earth.
No way are they on Coruscant.
No. There's a lot of cities,
Right, it doesn't-
that aren't core
Yeah.
worlds.
Oh, okay.
Gorgeous,
Rima trade route. All
like
right.
geometry of the city's structure. Calm down, Pat Bateman. Yes, you don't have a real you. It's just a mask.
Okay. So what kind of daily life you got now?
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Wants to be able
It's
to
that
make sure
little
that-
bit of, is that suspicion of just the people here?
Or
Is
just
that just his own general paranoia?
Right, of like everything must be exactly as it needs to be, you know?
I like it because it's also a literal writing thing of, we will come back to this at some point.
Right.
There, you had it. Don't worry.
I tried to help your parents with
Oh my god.
Skype or whatever.
Yeah.
God isn't too naive to see it.
I'm in charge here, Mother.
They put you on the shelf, Cyril. You've been playing.
Dang, and she might be right depending on what happens here, you know?
Maybe.
Hardly the provinces.
What it is, hardly, is Coruscant.
Oh my god.
A respectable career, a relationship, finally. All of it cast aside, thrown away.
Oh.
I think she's throwing that in his face. They're not necessarily
Yeah.
broken up.
Always too good for the rest of us.
You are watching too much Imperial news.
My opinions were well established before you relocated.
We knew that. We knew that.
All this anti-Ghormanism, it's not just talk anymore. We're getting new directives every month, and people are getting hurt.
Whoa.
Don't become too much of an individual, Cyril.
I have spiders to count.
Same time next to them.
Oh, made it through that one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, build that conscience, Cyril. Let it bubble and grow within you.
Highlands, lobby quad.
Oh, are
yeah.
these the rebels that... Oh, shit!
Right.
Oh my god. I love it.
Yeah, the two of them kind of reminded me a little bit of Luthen and the assistant. Yeah. Actually, seeing Star Wars characters go to the shop to buy food.
Yep. Let's get some groceries.
The candy inside, with information on the wrapper.
About what?
There's a meeting. You should come. I have the address.
Okay. Yeah.
This could be something that he passes to Dedra, too.
Possibly.
You have a choice to make. Well.
A soldier, he was a threat. He was an imperial threat. You and I are here now because he's dead. It had to be done.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Man, it's because the rebels have been watching him.
Right.
It's really uncomfortable to look at the little spider. At least it's not like an animatronic or something.
Yeah. It's static.
Sanity of the city keeps us safe.
And why are we being so paranoid?
Just trying to protect us.
You mean me?
What's so wrong about that?
It's warping things.
Okay. Yeah, go into that.
Can't protect me. Doing this? Living like this? Mission after mission?
That's a good point.
If it's a war...
Then you have to accept the risks. Yeah.
It's fun that this is coming after the previous episode, and the time skip, it's still the same problem.
Yeah.
Can handle it.
What am I messing up?
You didn't kill that boy because we're at war. You killed him because he saw my face.
Whoa.
Yeah, because he didn't care when the person saw his face. Yeah.
I'm giving up everything. I want to win. We have to.
I like it.
Winning doesn't mean you survive, though.
Right.
And I think that's where there's a difference in priorities here. And it's something to be said for the idea that, like, the surviving puts a tax on each of them.
Right.
But if you don't communicate how well you're doing with the taxing, like the stress and everything.
Well, and this ties back into why they weren't together in season 1.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're together now because they have to be, right? Like, might as well.
Pod racing? Y'all watching pod racing on the job? Dang, okay. He's bringing his whole computer.
Oh.
Oh, boy.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Where are you?
The safe room.
You were careful.
Whoa.
Yes, of course, always. Look, I don't have much time.
Sorry. Tell me.
They made contact.
Whoa, nice.
Awesome.
I know they're tapping the office comms. I assume I'm being followed all the time.
Dang, he's doing all this for her.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Let's wait and see what happens.
Oh, I thought you'd want a brief party, guys.
No. He'll want more than that.
Yeah, this is,
Yeah.
wow, she's using her boyfriend
Holy shit.
to be a double agent.
Yeah.
Wow.
How do we squeeze from these arrests that matters?
No argument there, sir.
Hardly the tempo required for effective counterinsurgency.
It's disappointing on many levels. I see a
It's fun seeing, you know, people that are actually like inside people here, just casually. Yeah, there he is. Yeah.
Supervisor Young raises a serious issue. The problem is not unknown to me. Colonel Yularan and myself have a meeting scheduled with the Emperor to discuss amplifying our...
Oh.
Thank you for reminding us all how this room is meant to function.
Whoa.
Okay.
They're going to start processing people a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can't keep up. We should talk it over. Not here, but...
I'm in all day.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
That's
I like
fun. Keeping your cover and everything, but also...
75 restricted Imperial weapons. You've had that 10 days?
It's my desk now, Dedra.
Yeah.
What I was thinking.
How do I repay you?
You can buy me lunch.
Done.
Making friends.
Yeah.
Dang, the pressure though. Like,
Yeah.
to be able to stay cool in the midst of ISB.
Right. As a double agent.
We do not stand together, we will be crushed.
I know how hard you're working this month.
I am close on the votes.
That's
Yeah.
not what I hear.
In 3 years, the Senate's dissolved.
Linking anything to Ghorman right now is a good idea.
The blockade, who was there for you? Who rallied the votes to lift the embargo?
She's campaigning,
never
she's doing
stopped
what she
thanking
can.
you.
Then help me kill the PORD.
I can't wait to hear what PORD stands for. I love the detail of negative floors.
For Coruscant, yeah.
Oh!
She's a hunter, not a spin doctor.
Maybe she's oversight.
What? Smear campaign is an opening move, not an end game. I need the end game.
I don't have it.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
It's so crazy to think that they kept it all in the dark, specifically for this kind of position, that they thought that ISB might be compromised just in general.
I can't wait another 3 months, Lonnie. There's too much going on.
You used to tell me to wait.
Yeah.
Those days are gone.
Yeah. Just in 2 years. That's how much has changed.
Holy shit.
Basel Mogardit. Orphique Marchot à Land Umbralège.
Oh, this is the meeting.
Yeah, this is the meeting, yeah.
Yeah.
So quickly trying to fit in already.
Altencreur. S'il me faut, je robilet Dan Palmo, un fils immature. Et
Is that a moon of Ghorman, probably? Because that's where they talked about the factory being built.
Oh, yeah.
Very passionate.
How much do you understand?
Not enough.
Nice. Good answer.
To a family in the Tarkin massacre, there was a promise that the new Imperial building would never cast a shadow across the memorial. Now they know the truth.
Oh, the Tarkin massacre. Wait.
Holy shit.
Is that what I think it is? That's such a callback. What the hell?
Invited me at the Bureau of Standards.
It's a relief.
That is so funny, though. That was the first thing that was said.
And imagine how upset we would be to find out there's an Imperial military facility rising over the monument to the fallen.
Yes.
Ghorman's yearn for peace and prosperity. If you are writing a report, make that your headline.
God, this reminds me of the Tarkin book written by the guy that wrote the Plagueis book.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so good.
Senno.
We can do some good together.
Tarkin is terrifying.
Donash Badorinex.
Doinex.
Yeah, they're not giving him much, and I like that. In a lot of ways, Cyril hasn't given them enough to make it worth that they expose themselves. So he's going to go to Dedra and be like, this is what I got. She's like, that's nothing. Like, that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
It's flashing.
Just come back.
Okay.
You can't go. He's too visible. I'm not sure about the group.
Right.
It's a different kind of mission.
Putting him right next to Cyril is going to be hilarious.
Yeah, the idea that they could actually just run into each other.
No. You have to go alone.
You willing to leave her again?
Reach out to Clea. I want this done quickly.
Yeah, I keep forgetting her name. Clea. It's so easy to remember. It's Leia with a K.
Yeah.
Ah, that's where. That's where he went. Okay.
Cool.
Work up a thirst, find a vein, take what you want when you want it. Has it been tested?
It works.
Or is it like fuel refinery of some kind? Like,
I don't know.
Refiner.
Concentrate on the station you're planning to hit.
You teach them all. You know where we're going when I tell you.
But I need to leave tomorrow.
Really? Is that what you need?
There was an agreement. This was negotiated.
Shut up, Kika. I'll let our friend know that you're being taken care of. Find him a place to sleep. You're here till I get what I need.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you're working with Saw. He's not in the business of making friends.
Yeah. As we get closer,
He's in the business
Rogue One.
of killing his enemies.
Yeah. He wasn't exactly the most stable person when we saw him.
Yeah.
In the movie.
Talking about huffing fumes because in Rogue One, he's literally just like. They had a little bit more than dance, I think.
I think
tonight.
so. I think that was a different kind of dance.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the what are you willing to sacrifice arc.
Okay.
Heavy start to an arc.
I was wondering, like, okay, if they do the, like, continual time skips, how do they do the reintroduction? Just fine. Oh, boy.
All right.
Oh, boy.
This was a fun shift of perspective episode.
Yeah.
We ended up moving things ahead a year. We're much closer to A New Hope and Rogue One. But everybody is kind of in this hunkering down, keeping their heads low, trying to
hoping it'll blow over.
Exactly. Try to avoid the storm that's building. But then there are characters that are aware that the storm has always been there.
Yep.
It was always going to get worse. And they are pragmatic fighters in that regard. They do not have any optimism in things getting better quickly without sacrificing something or going into the storm confidently. And that's our divide between the characters right now.
Yep. On top of just the relationship disconnects and now long distance relationship situations.
Well, I love that in a lot of ways because that's kind of what they were willing to do. Is that they're willing to sacrifice the appearance of their relationship, but also some of the close physical intimacy of their relationship.
Oh, yes.
Because,
Indeed.
he's willing to go work elsewhere because this helps her job.
Yeah.
Now, I think he's aware in a lot of ways of himself doing that, but the way he was talking to his mother, it's fun because he has to act in such a way that would entice the Ghorman front.
Right.
But he also is talking to his mother where, in some ways, his true self, or at least the self that's been traumatized by her or just been repressed by her, kind of comes up to the surface. So I would love to know, like, where's the line between his acting and his, like...
Right.
You know.
And I think it's something where, okay, I think he is doing the double agent thing very dutifully and very well. But there's going to come that point, right, where he probably thinks it's I'm helping them find the Ghorman front so that we can stop them or whatever, violent insurrectionists or whatever, or something like that, right? And then it's going to be okay, now I need you to help them do this thing. And he's like, I mean, okay, babe.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Yeah, he's going to learn
strange,
probably
but I trust
too
you,
late, basically, the reason why he's being used. And then it's the question of, will he be left on Ghorman long enough to where then his life is potentially in jeopardy?
And or will it be something where it's like, all right, fantastic, you did a great job, now I need to go. But excuse me?
Or like, congratulations, you're now part of the Ghorman front and an enemy of the Empire.
Oh yeah, no, I know. Yeah, it's right. Like, I don't think it'll happen quite like that.
No, but
I think she'll get him out.
But
just
that's
fine.
the thing, though. It might not be her choice that does that. It might be others.
Yes,
so
yes.
that's all happening there. Then we have Andor and Bix dealing with a very real human relationship problems.
Yeah.
We have two people that want the same thing, for the most part. They want to live a life of peace. They both know they can't have that.
Right.
But they know that they can.
They're doing their best to make do with the situation that they're now in.
Right. They can put on a piece of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And the problem is that this is something that at the onset of the show, Bix said no to and Cassian said yes to.
Right.
Now Bix has been forced to say yes to it, but that is not actually what she wants.
Well,
right?
I think it is what she wants somewhat, though.
Well, no, right.
There's the element things have changed.
Yes, circumstances change, and so now, a very persuasive argument was made for you to want this, right? But as far as their general temperaments and priorities, they're not actually lined up, right? And so, yes, it makes sense that they split, right? It's probably in a lot of ways for the best that they split. Bix being able to go for the, walks in the big park to, try and get some peace of mind and be like, okay, yeah, I'm not going to, I'm deciding not to live in fear, even if maybe it's not the safest thing to do.
Sure.
And if I get in trouble for that, well then okay, but then at least it's the devil you know versus the devil you don't kind of a deal.
Well, right, and then there's the question of, does Bix want to survive?
Right.
Because that's the part where we end the episode with the question. That's probably just a simple sleeping drug to help her fall asleep. But they put that cliffhanger there to give us the maybe uncertainty, that little bit of nervousness about what she's doing.
Right. At the very least, it was
was
framed in an ominous light.
Yeah.
So that's a potential self-destructive tendency that's happening.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, we don't know. Cassian, we know his fate. We know what happens to him.
Oh yeah.
His path is one that leads towards self-destruction. He will do everything asked of him because he fully has bought into this, that he has to fight back.
And I love that we get the little connective tissue of, oh, hey, at the beginning of the season, right, we saw him and it's the, hey, no, look at me. No, I'm not supposed to see your face. No, it's fine. You just look at me, right?
Yeah.
And then it's the, oh, you killed a person because he saw our face, or more specifically because he saw my face, right? And then his introduction in Rogue One being the you're having second thoughts, all right, shoot you in the back, right? So
there's a lot of things in this episode that seems to be tying in bits of foreshadowing to not just Rogue One, but to future Star Wars stuff in general.
Right.
And that's like a great example of that from a character perspective, because the characters that get the major focus in the previous arc, like Mon Mothma, for instance, going about here and trying to set up something to take down a bill or something like that, that doesn't seem to be positive. Realizing just how alone in this she is.
Right.
Whereas other characters are, because they're looking in some ways for their own peace, their own thing that will give them catharsis or security or safety, in the midst of this, their actions are isolating them from others here.
Yep.
And that's the scary thing about this rebel, well, not alliance yet.
No,
is that
definitely
they're not allied yet.
No.
And they're all they're not all able to help each other yet.
Right. Who knows? What happens on Ghorman might be the thing that unifies them. Like, it's possible, right? Like, if we were to think about, connective tissue, Rogue One, by that point, it is a rebel alliance of sorts. Like it's pretty gosh darned galvanized. But
yeah. There's a fun element to where bringing up things like the Tarkin massacre, which I'm actually now curious if they're slightly retconning that, because I believe it was a thing pre-Disney takeover in the Tarkin book that's brought up, but I don't know if it was Ghorman, and I don't know if it was like that many people.
Gotcha.
I believe that was a thing.
Because the Plagueis book was right around the Disney takeover, right?
So the Tarkin book, no, the Plagueis book was before.
Oh, okay.
So Tarkin book was after, and it was like right at the advent of the Disney takeover.
Gotcha.
So it's in this weird place where it's like it was approved by Lucas to start writing it.
Yeah.
And I think when it was published, it was like right before. So I don't remember if it was one of the books that was assimilated because it was post Disney takeover, where they were like everything from here on out is canon,
or it was considered EU, and then okay.
Yeah, I believe the thing about it is that there's a lot of things with regards to Tarkin's origin that they ended up taking from that book and applying slightly into the Clone Wars TV show, where they started to show Tarkin as a young man working alongside Anakin.
Which is one of the things that I like, because it's the this is not that long after Revenge of the Sith, right? So if you have someone, in the Tarkin, who is an established presence in A New Hope, right? He would of course have had a successful career,
totally.
When the Republic
it's
was still
almost
around.
a decade after Revenge of the Sith right now. 32 years is the distance between A Phantom Menace and A New Hope.
Right.
10 years to the Clone War.
It's like 19 years.
Then it's two and a half years to that there. So yeah, it's 18-ish to like 20 years basically.
Yeah. Right. But just the idea that, things like, the Tarkin massacre was, this many years ago, really not long after Revenge of the Sith. And just, I like how they have, the more that we get all these details of the things that happen in the Empire and the timeline of things, the way I feel like we can get a dark appreciation for how quickly the Empire took things over, right?
Yeah.
Because, to get to this point in 20 years, that's really not a lot of time when you think about it,
No.
It's
a generation.
Yeah.
It's a generation. And this is being done in half of one.
Right.
So yeah. This is a very terrifying world that they live in. The power of to just use shorthand, the state basically here, the Empire, and being able to have totalitarian rule and threat that basically puts people like the security guard at the Ghorman Bureau of Statistics thing basically into the we are lazy betting probably on pod racing vids
Sure.
But then when it comes to an actual like person of import coming around, then they're like, oh, we have to do our jobs and we're going to be following to the letter of it. And all it takes is a little whisper, and then they're like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll let this slide. It's the incompetence and corruption that basically is put about because people are wanting to hold on to their little pocket of security and safety because they realize how scary everything is getting. But rather than actually like taking any action based on that, they hunker down even more because of fear. And so we're seeing that fear spread in an escalated way to the point where people are allowing these kinds of things to happen and propagate around them because they feel so powerless. So the idea, like you're saying, that Ghorman ends up being some kind of unifying front, yes, in a lot of ways, even though I know things because of Rebels and stuff, the whole thing of what the Empire is doing is the thing that had always been happening in the Star Wars stuff, with choking the galaxy with fear, thinking about Alderaan as an example.
Sure.
In that Alderaan was basically a demonstration of supreme might to enact fear, which was Tarkin's whole thing.
Yeah.
Right after they dissolved the Senate. So having that actually be something that galvanized the rebels in A New Hope to be like, we just had a planet destroyed.
Yeah.
We need to scramble 30-odd fighters and do what we can now.
Right. It's the, oh, okay. Yeah, that'll... All right, time to set aside our differences, you know?
Yeah. I'm very excited to see where Luthen falls into all of this here, because I like seeing him have to rely on Cassian, because that's kind of what makes Cassian so fun as the protagonist, is he's the dog.
Right.
He's the one that goes in and sniffs things out first.
Yeah, he's the person that is that really isn't affected by the fear angle. Like he gets scared, but he's the person
scared for other people.
Yeah, he's scared for other people. He's not really scared for himself. When it comes to himself, he's pretty darn reckless.
Yeah.
And so that's the whole thing of the, I just walk in the front door. That whole deal.
Right.
But the idea that Luthen is starting to turn up the gas with regards to, oh, hey, yeah, things don't necessarily go smoothly, and that's fine. Like the idea that the kid that was with Bix and Cassian, Willman, that's now with Saul, and it's like, oh no, Saul's keeping you here. Saw.
Yeah.
Saw's keeping you here. Sorry. Oh, there was an agreement, and that's fine. And Luthen probably just sees you as...
Luthen probably was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's fine. I know it's not going to go too bad, right? What needs to be done will still get done. And then with his informant in the ISB, it's the, nope, this is not the time for waiting. Like, you gotta
I'm
start...
cashing in my checks, basically.
Yeah.
Which means people are going to get sacrificed. People are going to die.
Yep.
We're going to see the Rebel Alliance form this season. Like, we're going to see it form this season. And I'm just so excited that this arc, following after the previous one, which was kind of just to show the stakes and how high they are, is basically the beginning of, the Empire is going to start choking. And everyone is going to begin to lose their breath. They're going to feel that pressure.
Right. It started a while ago. And now it's just getting worse.
Right. The Empire put its hands around the neck of the galaxy, and now it's starting to squeeze.
Yeah.
And the idea that it's showing in like forced criminals with regards to across planets to
that was a
incite general unrest.
Fun little bit of like, oh hey,
exposition and commentary.
Exposition and commentary and all that goodness.
Yeah. There's some really cool things I think you could analyze, especially with regards to the meeting in Ghorman. There's a lot of fun stuff there, but I just really love how immersive.
Yes.
In a lot of ways, Andor is as a show. I feel really like in the ground, like you were saying, in the dirt with all the people here.
I love the number of times that they're just walking down like the street or a hallway of an apartment or something like that. I feel like in the Star Wars movies, it was always like
we cut to inside a room.
Or like you're walking through the
time or
you're walking through the Jedi Temple or a Senate building or something like that, where it's like yes, look at all the whatever of this place, but it wasn't a thing where it feels lived in.
Well, yeah, it was CGI green blue screen
right,
or
exactly,
everywhere, yeah,
right. But there's just something that I love about the sets for this show.
Yeah. But we have a new arc to get into. let's go to Ghorman. And Cyril and
the idea that
Cassian are gonna be within like miles
within kissing distance,
exactly.
The notion.
Why are you here? Why are you here?
Yeah, that Cyril, who's been, is like, yes, I'm a good little dog, all that stuff. And then he's gonna be like, shit, it's Cassian. And Cassian, if he does even see him or recognize him or whatever, he's gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, what are the odds? But then when Cyril then
has to pretend to be the double agent.
Well, you're right. But then he contacts Tedra and he's like, babe, you'll never guess what happened. What?
My ex. I saw my ex.
Yeah. Cassian's here. What the fuck? Like, do nothing.
Well, that's the part that's so cool about this. This is what the Empire wants. In a lot of ways, they don't care probably about the Ghorman front. They're interested in the actual rebels making contact with them as their propped up bait. To be like, come here
and do something.
Make contact so that she can get, more important people like Axis. So I'm excited for the next episode. But y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You got an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all of this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about Star Wars stuff in general. Also, be sure to check out our Twitch channel. See anything that interests you. We'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.